is the first. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, the first to break through a historic barrier, rising to the highest office ever held by a woman in the United States. A lifetime of shattering boundaries as a woman of color.
I knew she was a person of destiny.
The system needs drastic repair.
Challenging the status quo.
She said, let's change the system.
Standing by her convictions.
The decision has been made.
The repercussions of that decision followed her for years. She was a pariah.
And creating controversy along the way.
Do you feel like you were misunderstood?
This hour, her journey to the top.
One of the world's greatest comeback stories.
Meet the real Kamala Harris. Hear from those closest to her.
I love her.
This is a CNN special report. Kamala Harris making history. Saturday, November 7th, 2020. At a drive-in celebration rally under the Delaware night sky. A historic victory for one woman and a win for women, girls, and people of color nationwide.
Every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities.
Life's possibilities were something Kamala Harris was born to believe in.
The soundtrack of my childhood was Aretha Franklin singing "You Are Young, Gifted, and Black." You know, it really was the soundtrack of my childhood. And being told by everyone and everything that you can do anything.
Harris's mother, Shyamala Gopalan, came to the University of California, Berkeley with big dreams.
Women from India at 19 didn't do that.
Childhood friend, Carol Porter.
Kamala seeing her mom, knowing her mom's journey, just that shows the possibilities of women.
Gopalan earned her master's degree and PhD, eventually becoming a cancer researcher.
My mother was quite a human being and an incredible mother.
Our mother had great expectations for us. We could do and we could be anything.
Harris's sister, Maya.
Our mother was very clear. It is not about you. It is about what you do.
The civil rights movement of the 1960s engulfed Berkeley in activism. It's where Gopalan fell in love with Donald Harris. Lenore Pomerantz protested alongside them.
It was just part of our lives.
Just kind of an everyday thing, being out in the streets,
and what was going on, and what you participated in, what you supported.
I was very young. I was in a stroller. My mother would tell a story about, you know, at the time, strollers didn't have necessarily armrests and seatbelts. And so they're protesting and they're marching and they're into it and they're, you know, marching for the people. And at one point, my uncle looks down and says, "Where's Kamala?" Because I had kind of fallen out the stroller. But my memories of that environment are shaped by my early childhood, which was being in a place where that activism was so present.
It was also a childhood shaped by a tight-knit community that Harris's mother would rely upon when she divorced her husband and became a single mother. Kamala was 7 years old.
Our family consisted of a lot of aunts and uncles who were not born the brothers and sisters of my mother, but in every way were my aunts and uncles. My Uncle Sherman, at a very young age, taught us how to play chess. He said, "I want you to learn about that board. I want you to learn to think steps ahead." And the Sheltons and Miss Shelton, she was, you know, my second mother.
That's where Kamala grew up.
Regina Shelton ran a preschool downstairs from the Harris apartment.
When you walked in, there were pictures of prominent Black people covering the wall. Maya Angelou, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. So you were built up as a child of color or a Black child to be proud of who you are, where you came from, and understand your history.
It was more than just a school, more
Absolutely.
than just daycare. It was
a family.
Mrs. Shelton's family would take the girls to a Christian church. Now, was Shamla Christian? She was a very spiritual person, but she wanted them to experience whatever there was there for them that would accept them and love them without abandoning anything of who she was. She was Indian.
As a young child, Harris was bused to school, an hour drive, but a world away to an upper middle class neighborhood.
Do you think it changed the course of your life?
I don't know that it did. I certainly do think that there were so many resources being put into our education and at the earliest stages, which allowed me to be on a path to be able to blossom.
A path that led her to Howard University.
It was the opportunity to step out of minority and to step into the place of being part of the dominant culture.
Jill Lewis met Harris the night they were initiated into Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated, the oldest African-American sorority in the U.S. It was a time when anything seemed possible for this generation of young Black students.
We were seeing things in the media, like The Cosby Show.
Our new Miss America is Vanessa Williams.
Or like Vanessa Williams becoming Miss America. We could expect to be a part of corporations, that we could have businesses, and you would find that people on campus dressed accordingly. In Kamala's case, be carrying a little briefcase around campus.
She literally carried a briefcase around
on briefcase.
campus?
She had a little briefcase.
By 1986, Harris graduated from Howard, traveling back to San Francisco for law school. But her pathway to becoming a lawyer wasn't easy. She failed the bar exam on her first try.
Mommy always told us that life can be hard and you will have setbacks. And what's most important is to get up, dust yourself off, and keep going. And she took it again and she passed.
And set her sights on being a prosecutor.
She had a passion to stand up for people who are often not seen and not heard, to be an advocate for people.
That passion became a reality.